Good Erev Shabbos Parshas Bamidbar. There's an amazing thing, very surprising. Did you know that a righteous person has a larger desire to do the wrong thing than an average person? And why is that? Well, the background is in this week's portion, because the Jewish people who left were counted by the number of their names. A name represents a person's reputation. You have a good name, so to speak, or the stars are counted by name. It means that God loves everyone because they're special. A name represents that special, unique quality that is unique for every person. And so they were, even though the later generation, in Parshas Pinchas, after the generation had passed, were not mentioned as counting by the number of their names. Maybe they were, but it's not mentioned. This generation was special, counted by name. In addition to that, when the inheritance was given out, even though they were gone, even though they were past, when they conquered the land of Israel, a family, let's say, of two sons, got two portions, one each. They divided those two portions into 3 lots, 2/3 of a portion each. The one son, the younger, got 2/3, and the older son got 4/3, total of 6/3, which are the original 2 portions. He got a double portion. But the fact remains is why? And the answer is because the generation that left deserved to have their imprint on the land of Israel. And that imprint came by the fact that the inheritance came down as if they had got it alive and passed it to their children. That is the power of that generation. They're called the Dor De'ah, the generation of knowledge. They knew God. They had a special relationship. When they went out of Egypt, their count of the Sfiras HaOmer, from 1 to 50, if you count not quite the Omer, but from when they started counting, so when they got to Shavuos, it was 50. And the Torah tells us that the Exodus occurred 50 times. I think that's if you count the nouns, Exodus, and the verbs, I took you out, etc., things like that. It's 50 mentions of the Exodus to show that the Jewish people really left Egypt taken by God, raised to great heights. And yet they sinned with the golden calf and the land of Israel. And numerous other times, there were 10 times they sinned. How did they sin so much? But the answer is, whoever's greater than his friend has a greater desire to do evil. And the reason, as it's explained, is that everyone's desire to do evil and do good is roughly the same, but as you get more talent in life, you can apply that talent to doing the wrong thing or the right thing, and it'll feel much greater. So apply it for the right thing. Have a good Shabbos.